channel. My name is Lara. For those of you who have never been on my page, who've never seen my channel, and for those who have been on my channel and are back again, thank you so much. Welcome back. I got another video, and if you see how inconsistent I've been, I hope you're proud of me. I'm trying to pump these videos out, okay? Like, it's important to me, and so I'm just trying to like prioritize it. Quarantine is kind of, it's a little stressful, but I'm really trying to be like super positive. I feel like for a week I was like really like down and stuff, but I really tell myself like everything going on outside my apartment is out of my control, and the only things I can control are what I'm doing on the daily, what kind of information I'm feeding my mind, and just, you know, what I'm eating, what kind of content I'm putting out. You know, I could either sit here and not put out content, or I can and just be like proactive and productive in whatever capacity that I'm able to. So I know how important that it is. To just really keep your mind busy and, you know, not really dwell on things that you cannot change. I hope everybody's staying safe, and I hope this video provides you with some entertainment. Take up your time while quarantining. Anyway, this is the makeup look I did. Rose gold. This is my rose gold look. I'm wearing the McGrath foundation, and I love it. It's the best foundation. It's my favorite foundation right now. It is probably one of the best foundations I've ever used, for sure, hands down. And I didn't even really get my color, but I don't know, I feel like I've grown to like this color on myself. It's so weird. I really think this actually worked out really, really well. Anyway, and this hair is from, the frontal is from Kendrick's Boutique, I'm so sorry, and then the bundles I got from You Layer Hair. I'm the type of person where I spend more money on my frontal because that's what is going to be showing, and if your frontal is just looking stupid, you look stupid, okay? So I always spend more money on my frontal, and I'll like, depending on the occasion, then I'll like kind of get hair that's at least, that might be a little cheaper but still good quality. So the bundles are from You Layer Hair, and I only used 3 bundles. I usually use 4 bundles for my wigs, but I kind of wanted to go for like a thinner wig this time around, like instead of like a super thick wig. Anyways, so yeah, let's get into this. Let's get popping. Let's get looking good when quarantine is over and we're able to gradually start going out, going on dates, all that stuff. Come back to this video and do your hair like this and your makeup like this, because let me tell you, he won't know what to do. People won't know, he or she won't know what to do. People out will be like, who is that? If you like my shit, subscribe so you can see what I post. All right, let's get into it. All right, so whenever I wear a wig and I know I'm gonna add some glue or some gel, whatever, I always apply first, because if you need to clean it up, or if you get any excess glue or gel on your like forehead or whatever, you can clean it off. Now, if you were to do that with your makeup already on, you would clean off your makeup, and then you're gonna be looking like boo-boo the fool. So I'm starting off, as you can see, with just a light layer of the Got2b gel, and I'm just applying that all around my hairline. And I like kind of try to keep a wide surface of glue. Like, I want it to be not just like a straight line of glue, but like kind of a wide surface, so that my wig has a lot to attach to and I have less chances of it coming off my head, basically. So I let that gel sit and dry before I applied this spray. The spray, which is exactly the same as the gel, but in spray form essentially. And I'm just gonna go ahead and spray that and let that dry, you know, and I'm done just using that makeup case thing to help it dry. Then I'm going in and I'm just taking my wig and placing it on my head as carefully as possible, and I'm just kind of pressing lightly, because the tricky thing with wigs sometimes is if you press too hard, then the actual hair gets gel on it and, you know, look crazy. Also, another thing is I really don't care to, well, let me not say that I don't like to, I just don't really glue down the edges like super firmly on like near my ear, because the hair's gonna cover it anyway, and it just always lifts for me. I just feel like I probably haven't really taken the time to properly apply the corners, but it's just a lot of work, and I'm like, look, I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, so I usually let the corners kind of fly up. Next, I take a scarf and I just place that on those edges, and that'll stay on while I do my makeup until I get to my foundation. So I'm starting off with the Born This Way sculpting concealer in the color Maple, and I'm using that to prime my eyes. With the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, I'm going in with the color Jasper, and I'm placing that in my imaginary crease area because, quite frankly, my crease is not defined and not really existent. I have hooded eyes, so I have to kind of make my own crease. So yeah. Next, using Jackie Aina by Anastasia Beverly Hills, I'm going into the color Credit, and I'm placing that right below Jasper. Something that I always do is I go back and forth between my crease color and then the color that I've just applied. So that's what you see me doing here. Next, I am going in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer that I used to prime my eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease, or I'm going to call it carve out my eyelid, because if you have hooded eyes, really, if you really like want to expand your eyelid space, you do have to cut your crease. So that's what you see me doing here. So I first spray my brush with the Too Faced Hangover Setting Priming Spray before I place my brush in my palette, my Natasha Denona palette, and I'm using the color Awakening, and I'm just placing that on my eyelid. From the Sunrise palette, I'm taking the color Clove, and I'm placing that in the outer corner of my eye, kind of in a V shape. But I wouldn't mind you carrying, but my put-out game is like a 93. With a small brush, I am gently blending the edges of my eyelid color. That way it doesn't look so sharp and pronounced, and I have some blending going on. I'm going to just go ahead and take Aster here, and I'm putting that in the inner corner, like first half of my eyelid, just to give it some color. It didn't really do nothing, but I had to put it on both, so. But it did kind of give it a little zhuzh, you know what I mean? Next, of course, we need a little mascara, so I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way mascara. Lily Lashes, you are my baby. So extra Mykonos. I love these lashes. They're so they're just bomb. They're like thick and full. They're a little pricey. They're damn near $40, but it's worth it. And you can reuse it and clean it. And yeah, so you just see me here putting on my lashes. I always pull my eye. It just makes it easier, and it's just, try it. It's really good. It's, hey, get it. Hey, get it. After I place my lashes where I want them, I always go back in and squeeze my lashes together. It just ensures the safety, and you don't want any gaps between your real lashes and the fake lashes. So here I'm just removing my scarf so that I can apply my foundation, and I'm using the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish foundation in the color Medium Deep 26. And the reason why I always remove my scarf when I get to this step is so that I can really get up into my edges, so that I don't have, a line of demarcation from my scarf. Ladies, don't forget to drag that foundation down to your neck because you don't want to be looking crazy like I do half the time when I forget. And I'm just using my Beauty Blender to go back in and set my foundation. With the Pat McGrath Labs concealer in M19, I'm applying that to my under eyes. God, that face, look at, oh Lord. Yeah, that's ridiculous. My forehead, my chin, and my upper lip. I really like this double fiber brush from Morphe, and it's the M406 brush, and I just use that to marry both my concealer and foundation together. So after I've used that other brush to kind of blend out my concealer, then I just use this double fiber brush to kind of go around the edges or where the concealer and the foundation meet. That's where this brush comes in, and I just use that to blend and marry the colors. Then I go back in with a beauty blender, and I always try to make sure that I have some concealer already on that beauty blender, so I'm not taking makeup off by placing a blank beauty blender on my face. And I just use that and I blend and set my concealer. I'm taking the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the color Honey, and I'm using that to set my concealer on my face. Next, with the Black Radiance True Complexion Cream Contour Palette, I am contouring my nose and my forehead and my cheekbones, and just a little bit. A little goes a long way. Just a little bit. Again, with the double fiber brush, I'm just using that to marry the contour color with my highlight or my foundation, whatever, you know what I mean? Just using that to marry all the colors together. Then with the same Pat McGrath Labs concealer, I'm using that to conceal my nose, create that nice nose contour. And I'm just using both this nice thick, like short brush, and a beauty blender and another brush that you'll see in just a second. I'm using all of those to blend this out so I don't look crazy and so I don't look like I actually contoured my nose. I'm going to go ahead and set my contour with this powder, Mineralize Skinfinish powder by MAC. And as you can see here, I'm just applying it right over my areas where I have contoured. I heard they got these other niggas going crazy. Yeah, I treat you like a lady. Fuck you till you burned out, cremation. So I'm taking this Sleek Makeup Blush by 3 palette, and I'm using both that pinky color and then like that deep rose type color, and I'm using that for my blush. Back in the Natasha Denona palette, I'm going with the color Clove, and I'm using a small brush to apply some eyeshadow to my under eye area. Now I'm going back to the color Awakening, which I used for my eyelid, and I'm applying that to the inner corner of my eye, so on my under eye area, and then I'm just kind of dragging it up into like my tear duct area as well. I'm like a whore for mascara, like I love mascara. So I'm using the same Too Faced Born This Way Better Than Sex mascara for my under eye, and to highlight, this Bobbi Brown Moon Glow powder, and I don't use a lot, you know, just applying a little to my forehead as well to zhuzh up my face, and of course my nose, you know. And then I think I did my upper lip. Did I do my, yes, I did my upper lip. And for my lips, I'm using the Tarte, sorry, that was my ice machine thing. Sorry, Tarte and Fenty Beauty, and I'm using the color Unbutton for Fenty Beauty, and then Tarte, it's Wannabe, and I'm using the Tarte lip color as a liner, and then I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty lipstick in the color Unbutton on for the inner lip. And of course, setting spray, I used the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Now for the hair. I'm going to go in and make this part look poppin', okay? Next, I'm just spraying a Q-tip with the Got To Be Glue freezing spray, and I'm just like placing that at the very edge and just really pushing down any kind of lifting layers. So I'm just making sure that my part is where I want it to be, and I'm going to take this hot comb. If you don't have one, you really need one for wigs because it really just lays things down. I got this one on Amazon, and it was an amazing investment, and it gets really, really hot, so that's the best part. Now I'm going to curl my hair, so I'm just parting it into sections, and when I curl my hair, of course, I always comb through the hair, make sure there's no like kinks, and then I just take like medium-ish sized pieces and I wrap around, and I'm making the hair as flat as possible, and I'm wrapping that flatly around this curling iron, and I believe this is a 1.5 inch. I could be wrong, but I'll find out for ya. How about that? You like that? I'm just kidding. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so as you can see, just flat, squeeze, and I just hold it for 10 seconds. Keep parting, and I kind of did this really lazily. So, you know, I was just like, look, I'm just trying to do a nice little, cute little curl, you know. So this is like a lazily done job, but it came out really poppin'. So continue to watch, my friends. Now you see what I mean by you can't see the corners, the edges, so why am I gonna glue them down, you know? And we in quarantine, so my hair ain't gonna fucking explain. Yeah, I'm lazy. Anyway, so once I'm done, fingers through, and I noticed that my hair wasn't like falling in my face, so I just kind of parted it here, and then I'm using like my curling iron to like lay it down. I don't know if you could tell the difference, but I sure could. So run my fingers through, I comb my curls out. I don't like defined curls, I really don't. So I always like end up combing out my curls. Then I, you know, dip my head down, get that full look, you know what I'm saying? Get it going. And I went back in and topped off my lips with some MAC lip gloss. And yeah, I'm just playing with my hair until I get it like really where I want it, and that's pretty much it. So that's it for this video, you guys. Little hair and makeup vid. Hope you guys liked it. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed, and like this video if you like it. Leave some comments, and I will see you in my next video.